All right, we have just clicked live. So we are live once again. I'm not even gonna think about it, just doing it, looking to make sure that it actually shows live, and it does. I clicked on the game, and look at this. Banned historic cards. The following cards have been added to the historic ban list. This means absolutely nothing to me, because I've never played historic a day in my life, but it's cool that there's a change. Because whenever there's a change, it shows me that people care enough to actually think about the game, and that's exciting. Now, I'm checking Discord right now to make sure I didn't miss anything. Man, Slippery Boggle. One thing that I've learned over the past couple days is how beloved Slippery Boggle is. And that's crazy because I've never even heard of Slippery Boggle until a couple days ago. Were altered by a friend, so they were all wearing ancestral masks. Wow, that's a rich boggle right there. Clips and highlights. One can dream. It's inevitable at this point, in my opinion. That is what I'm saying right now to the chat. All right, now it's time to click next and jump right back in to standard ranked. Necropotence. Okay, I don't know why that popped up. Attack with 45 creatures. That is going to take me literally 45 years. But we'll keep it because that's a lot of coinage. I could trade it, and I'll probably get something like cast green creatures, and that wouldn't be good. Recently played is standard ranked, and that's what we're jumping into right now. Right now. Uh-oh, I see chats here, but that means my chat aggregator system is not working. So I have to maximize the YouTube chat box so I can actually read it. One moment, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see it until this moment. Because there's no ban in historic. Hailton, welcome back. E&W, not crop rotation. What's up, Ube? Slippery Boggle? I goddamn love my Slippery boy. How could we lose crop rotation? Those bats. You know what's crazy about crop rotation? I just learned about that card. I thought it was just unbanned because I watched today earlier that I thought it was like coming off or something. No, wait, the companion came off the list. And then that win con. Okay, now I'm caught up to speed. I was confused for half a second. And what's up with me? Man, I've been, for some reason, I've been just extremely exhausted for some reason last couple weeks even. Like, I've never been able to freaking nap a day in my life. I could probably count on this hand, just this single hand, how many times I've napped in my entire life. I just can't do it. I'm an insomniac. But in the last 2 weeks, I've napped 2 times. Something's going on. There's something in the water. I'm being poisoned. Just a photo of my Slippery boys in the Discord biorhythm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'm dedicated to these babies. It's okay. The real fact is the commander updates didn't do anything. Do you know Dark Depth and Thespian Stage? I sure don't, Hailson. However, they both have ominous presence in the wordage. So maybe I should look it up. In fact, I could type it in the Discord now, and I could look it up very easily, which excites me. So thank you. I believe it was Butterhugger that made that suggestion. A wonderful suggestion indeed. Let's do the one with protection. I think that's the correct choice here. Next turn, Spellbook Vendor, Scrying, or maybe Optimus the Scavenger, Hold Up Shard Mages. Next turn, Spellbook Vendor, plus up everything. Maybe that's the plan. It all depends on what he does, of course. And the first game, I just noticed that this is a goddamn island swamp. Why is there so many island swamps in these planes? There are 2 lands that make a 2020 flying indestructible. Yeah, I don't want to play against that. That's crazy. A 2020? In this economy, it's just crazy. It was Ian, not me. I cannot take credit for this, unfortunately. Slippery Boggle, Slippery Boggle. Is Aspect LL8286 part of Butterhugger and Ian's friend group? Or is it just 2 separate worlds combining all just love Slippery Boggle? If it's the latter, that's even more impressive. I'm really tempted to do this spellbook vendor thing and scry. However, I don't have any protection with that. I'm actually gonna do this. I don't know if that's correct, but I think I would rather have protection than not have protection. But now that I'm thinking about it, if I just get hand ripped again, then that would feel bad. But maybe I can respond with the shard mages anyway. Anyways, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's happening again. Mana spent is black, black. Target opponent reveals the hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Okay. Now I guess I'll do this since he's tapped out. Yeah. Okay. I like this. I like what I did. I think I played optimally there. I believe I will just keep buffing this one up, make it a 4/4, get outside of that range of the 3/3 destruction cards. I'm losing my only other creature, which feels bad, so now I'll never see a creature again in my goddamn life. But 5 damage ain't bad, and he can't hand rip me anymore. So, no, LOL, and crop rotation was great in this deck. It's just a slippery world. Just fellow slippery boggle enjoys. Indeed, 2 fellas and their boggles. That's spectacular. Honestly, I love that. Okay, 5 more damage. Destroy target non-land permanent. Mill 3 cards. I might be able to sneak this out. He destroyed my Shard Mage's Rescue for some reason instead of this. He really didn't want the +1/+1. I guess that makes sense. Oh, and it hit the field. I was not fast enough. Okay, now I gotta think about this. Would anything have changed if I played Shard Mages at sorcery speed? No, I think at most he would have been at 5. So I don't think I could have done anything different. I could have scried potentially. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I could have done Spellbook Vendor, scried, maybe not have drawn the planes. Okay, maybe Spellbook Vendor was the right choice there. Not sure, but honestly, I don't feel like playing a losing game. Normally, I would stick that out because you never know. However, I just don't feel like it today for some reason. I don't feel like that was beneficial. I wasn't going to learn anything from that position, so I might as well just move on to the next. I mean, you're not playing against red, so I don't think you're going to see a lot of burn spells. That's true. I should get into the habit of not thinking that way. Another late night, another banger stream. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, Nico. So nice of you. Yes, it is a very late night. However, I napped, so I feel well rested. You dead. The Superior Spider-Man deck is just going to be rough in best of 1, to be honest. Is that what that deck is called? The only thing that's okay about it is the fact that when I watched the Pro Tour, that was like every single game I watched was that deceit bullcrap. So at least I'm like losing to a top deck. Now this hand excites me. It's a very exciting hand, even though I only have 1 creature. And I don't know if it's actually correct to even keep that, because as we were discussing a little bit yesterday, I was starting to mull that idea around of like not taking an OK7. I think this is better than an OK7, of course. However, maybe I could have gotten a 5 that was better. Maybe I could have gotten a 5 that was like 2 lands, an Optimistic Scavenger, and then 2 cheap auras. Maybe that's what I go for every time. I'm not sure. The verdict is still out there. It really is like against my entire being to self-neg. But maybe I need to get out of that mindset. Maybe that mindset's detrimental. Okay, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I kind of want him to kill that. Let's see if he's going to do it. I doubt he will. Next. He's not. So I think what I want to do is I really don't have experience with this elemental stuff. So are they focused on doing their own thing or disrupting my thing? Huh. I'm going to assume they're focused on doing their own thing. And I'm just going to play the veteran survivor and then end my turn. And then I'll be able to use my 2 mana, potentially one of them or 2 of them, on their turn. I think that's the best thing to do here. More reactive than proactive. Reactive than proactive? Maybe? But we'll shortly find out. The superior spot, yeah, the veteran survivor or lose. I have a feeling about that. I'm gonna catch up in just 1 second. Roaming throne. What a good-looking roaming throne. As this creature enters, choose a creature type. This is another deck I actually watched in the Pro Tour. This creature is a chosen type in addition to its other types. If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. Okay. I actually saw this card played in the Pro Tour, but I don't remember what was the culmination of it. Okay, I would rather draw a card, methinks. Because he's tapped out, and I don't have to be scared of anything. Okay, that was not very good. Wasn't very good at all, to be honest. So I have 4 to play with, so I could do a scrying thing. I can modify my Wonder Weave. And I could either hold up Shard Mages or Ethereal Armor. Okay, I don't think that their goal is to interact with me. I think their goal is to do their own thing. That could be a mistake. I think I gotta race this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna race this guy. I'm assuming that's correct. And I'm actually gonna scry here. And that's what I decided on. I hope it's not a mistake. At least I have that for follow-up if he goes absolutely nuts and I die, which definitely could happen. Okay, time to dead. Yeah, it's better. Black and run +3, -3 out of nowhere to run. Yeah, nowhere to run is a card I absolutely hate and despise, and I would rip it up if I had it. You're playing best of 1, so you can't know the matchup, so it's no need to mull or not. Sometimes you play against removal heavy decks and don't have the answer Death Flash in the flight. Ooh, I made the right play there. They can make a big guy that bounces everything back to your hand. Oh, that sucks. Look up Sunderflock. Okay, I will. Is your main Sunderflock is my main concern. This is the Ellie deck. Sunderflock wipes you if he has it. Let's hope he does not have it. This creature deals 3 damage to any target. Okay, that's okay. But that's he only paid 1 mana for that? How the hell did that happen? At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay if you do. Whenever this creature transforms, Ashling. Oh, it triggers an additional time. So that's a 6/6 gone. That sucks. But at least he's tapped out. But how did he... Man, I should have been paying attention. Okay, I gotta lock in because I want to beat this deck. Just because I know that was used on the Pro Tour, so it's a pretty good deck. Wait a second, I thought it double triggers. Is this not an elemental? It is. I think he just misplayed and he's probably pissed. I think he's absolutely just pissed right now. Okay, I think this is the problem. I'm going to assume it's the problem. Ward 2 was already a problem for him, so Ward 2/2 is definitely going to be a problem for him. And I can't really afford to lose that at the moment. So I'm going to pay the ward on this. Resolve. Auto pay. I'm leaving... I'm going to, at this point, leave the Shard Mage in my hand. I'm not going to pay for Spellbook. Decline. I think scrying 2 is enough. Actually, 11? Shite. That is so close. That makes me sad. Plus, man. You absolute donkey. Oh, wow. Top decking like Yugi Moto. I really wish that was more than just +1, so I'm just going to leave it up in my hand. I think that's correct. Hopefully I'm not doing the math incorrectly. Get some life back. And hopefully he doesn't have that card, Thunderflock, that you were mentioning. Okay, leaving the Shard Mage's Rescue in my hand. He does have a ton of cards in hand. I'll respond to the chat in just a second. I don't want to miss, especially the first play this guy does. I missed it previous turn. Utterly confused. Okay, so this gave him the mana to only tap 1. Transform into Ashling. Okay, I'm starting to understand a little bit more. Main phase at 2 mana. Okay, so that card's freaking good. In real life, it would be quite the faff having to take it out of its sleeve and put it back in. For that reason alone, I wouldn't play this deck. That'd be quite annoying. Oh, here it is. When this creature enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. And it doesn't target, so Shard Mages is useless. I hate these kind of effects. Okay. At least I'm not dead in the water, you know what I'm saying? Roaming Throne? How did he get that back? How did he get this back? When this creature enters, if you cast it, return their own. Did he just play it from his hand? It didn't look like it. Okay, I have 5 mana to work with, and I have a Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. I think I'm still pretty high life total. I feel like I should get rid of Roaming Throne again, but I don't really have. All right, what's the optimal play here? Two, four. I could do Veteran Survivor, Sheltered by Ghost. Okay, I want my brain to think about it. I don't want. Damn. Having a hasty little boy right now would really do my heart some good. But this is a flyer. Actually, my win con is flying. And if he has an elemental tricky thing to do next turn. Okay, I've decided. I made the decision, and I will learn in just a second if that was the right decision and once I look at the chats. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hope that it stays alive with Ward 2/2 Shard Mages, and he has no more flyers to play. That is my hope. That is my opportunity to win the game. Man, that card is so good. And it looks good, too. Very colorful. His mate makes me feel weird. I don't like the look of his mate. Like, why she look like that? Eyes look weird. Creeping me out. All right. He's thinking, so I'm going to respond. I'm going to look at the chats. Oh, shite. I've seen this card before, but I don't remember it. When this creature enters, green was spent, and he did definitely cast green. Exile target artifact or enchantment opponent controls. Damn. Can I shard? No, I can't. Shard Mage only. Wow, they really printed this card. Just hate my deck. Resolve. Man, that was like the perfect draw. Enchant creature you control. A player or permanent with hexproof can't be targeted with spells or abilities. I'm assuming that won't affect the enchantments that are enchanting it. So I don't even want to try. Damn. Okay. I need to think faster because I'm running out of time. And that's probably very annoying for this guy. Zill Valley. Now he has a flyer, so my chances of winning really decreased here. There's no way I'm drawing a Sheltered by Ghost again. I've drawn a lot of them. Well, only 2. And I have 47 cards. It's not a very good chance. And he has 2 flyers. And it's back in my hand. Son of a biscuit. Do you have... He didn't have the war, didn't have mana for 2 wars. That'd be making it big enough. Shard Maid protects you from the finish. Not gonna lie, you might be super dead in the water. I don't know, Turbine, the Wonder Weave. Go Wonder Weave and Shelter the Fire. Ooh, that's what I did. I made the right decision, but it didn't work. And Sheltering the Thunderflock would be in the air. Yeah, that's what I would do. Weaver, fine is a hell of a drug. It is. Shelter the Thunderlock. TJ, thanks for being here, TJ. He got there easy. You just have to stack the Weaver and hope you can outrace. Fuck yeah, get him. You don't need to outrace if they're at 2. True. He didn't have 2 flyers. Correct. It's a 2-turn clock, so it's still a race. Be annoying. Take the time to think. He probably lost here, though, anyways. Big ouch. You need to get a board wipe. GG's. Yeah, that felt bad. That felt extremely, horrendously bad. But the good news is, it seems like I made the right choices based off of what the chat was saying. There's no way I draw 2 Sheltered by Ghosts, so. But maybe he makes a huge mistake, and maybe I can capitalize on that. What if he like attacks with everything? What if he does that? So 5, 10, shite, 11, 15. A lot of freaking damage, but maybe I can block just enough to have 2 on the board. Maybe. He seems like a very thoughtful fella. Oh, I hate this guy. This deck is very good. I can definitely see why it was in the Pro Tour. So now I would have to block with everything. And now I don't feel like even witnessing the rest of this game. Those cards are freaking broken, and I hate them. But the good news is, I made the right choice there. You played good here late game. Simply unfortunate. Yeah, it's the story of my life, bud. Did you have an ethereal armor on the turn? You put them to 2? That would have given you lethal with the shard mages. I think I had already played the ethereal armor, unfortunately. You played fine. Sometimes they just have the right answers for what you're doing. Yeah, man, but his deck is crazy. His deck is nutty. It's honestly a pretty cool deck. I'm not mad at it, but I don't like the fact that it hand rips. If that deck didn't have any hand rips, I might consider building it because it did seem pretty fun. Wasn't watching the full thing. I don't know. I couldn't see the auras. He didn't have ethereal. I don't think ethereal scales up when you play more enchantments. Yeah, I didn't have the ethereal, unfortunately. Okay. 2 mana, 2 veteran survivor. I like this hand. I'm keeping it. I never see optimistic scavenger. If I lose again, I might try to do the whole thing of mulliganing until I see optimistic scavenger and see how that does me. I'm playing against red white, my favorite matchup, and I love these sleeves. I love these sleeves. Very cool sleeves. It's hero scales up. It's constantly checks what's in play. He had it on something else that lost it earlier. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm playing Demon Discard with the Fittich Core. Demon Discard? You're a madman. An absolute madman. Okay. I'm going to do this and hold up Shard Mages. And my Veteran Survivor is not going to get got this time. I refuse to believe it. Abraded Bluffs. And Butterhugger sent me his list yesterday. And I'm really tempted to just net deck Butterhugger because Voice of Victory seems pretty damn good. Do I play Shard Mages now to buff this up? No, I don't think so. Okay, I think the right play here is to put another creature on the board and continue to hold up Shard Mages for the inevitable burn spell. And there's no way he's trading. And if he does trade, I'm prepared for it, I think. We'll see if he does. Oh, he is. That son of a bitch. Oh, I apologize. That the B word just slipped out there. I didn't mean it. Oh, man. That's a hard decision. Oh, that feels horrendous. Do I do it? I'd go to a 2. It'd still lose to a burn spell. Okay. I'm willing to make that trade. Because the one thing I know about this, well, I think I know, is that he's just as susceptible to being creature screwed than I am. Bolt Wave deals 3 damage to each opponent. Okay. You can do all the damage you want to me. Life is a precious resource. Oh my gosh. That's fine. I wish I was considered a creature right about now. This feels good. My spider is about to get freaking massive, brothers. A flying spider? That sounds like my absolute nightmare. Oof! Love to see that. Now it's a race. The only thing that would make it more of a race if we had some speed counters on the field. However, because it's a race, I'm definitely leaving Shard Mages up. And Deceit. You're playing Deceit in your deck. You are the demon that you're playing, TJ. You should, for mulling, you could try just mulling, assuming you're going to have your worst matchup. But it might make you slower against other aggro. That's a good point. But I honestly never... He's dealing me the damage again? The amount of times I face my worst matchup is like 90% of the time, it feels like. So maybe I think I'm going to try it. Maybe. Next time I lose, the next game, I'm going to try it. Just trade, you're racing him. If he wants to waste a card on burning a creature, it's one less that's going to your face. Exactly. He missed the land. All right. At least, if there's anything I can say for myself, is I do pretty damn good when I play decks that do the similar thing that I do. So at least there's that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to check out this Voice of Victory thing. And he also, I think the only thing else that he had different from me is Cavern of Souls. Which, like, the only thing that makes me apprehensive for adding this, even though he only has one in there, is that... Oh, wait. No, I thought it said it enters tap. So I really have no reticence against it. So let's add that. And I'm net decking Butterhugger right now. So now I'm just going to go on a 6-1. I'm going to go 6-1 right now. Voice of Victory. Imagine you show up to battle all nervous and sweaty, and you're facing a guy with a guitar. That would feel weird. All right, this is it's a rare. That feels terrible. That feels absolutely horrendous. Cavern of Souls just protects you from counters. Yeah, it's amazing. Once I read that card, I was like, why am I not playing that card? Remember, always name human for Cavern of Souls, 100%. To be honest, you also just end up with too many mythic wild cards. Rare wild cards are hard to come by, sadly. Yeah, when I saw that, I got sad. And you're running 2 of these, right? Let me look at the picture again. I'm looking at the picture to see the perfect deck. General. Okay, I missed some things. I missed some chats. I'll get back to those chats. ASAP. Okay, he does 4 Wonder Weaves, 4 a Most Helpful Weaver, 3 Spellbook Vendors, and wait a second, 2. Okay, he does. That makes sense. He does 2 Voice of Victory, and then 1 of these, and 1 of these is gone. And we're at 60 of 60. I'm just crafting it. How many rares do I have? I have 9 rares. Feels bad. It feels bad doing it, but it also feels good at the same time. And isn't that what life's all about? You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you could, it wouldn't be a phrase. All right, let's try it. All right, this is exciting. 6-1 right now. Voice of Victory is worth the rare cards. Seems like it. Just one. It'll be playable. It'll be playable in the next 3 years. Oof, 3 years. The way you explain things, Ian, really triggers my mind. It really does. It's only worth it if you play a lot of White Weenie. I sure do. This is literally, you're witnessing my only deck, TJ. I don't want to waste all my wild cards and resources on bad decisions. I do enough of that with my wild cards in real life, called money. Can't be doing that in the game. Is a solid card and worth the investment. Voice is so good. Let's go. The chat agrees. I'm playing Butterhugger strategy. I'm playing against Badger Mole Cub. Now this is going to be a good test for my new deck. Let's see if I get a Seam Rip. Oh man, he has so much ramp. This is going to be a very difficult battle. Low-key want to play Wonder Weave to get the... He has a Reacher. Okay, that's my strategy. Playing the Ward. He's tapped. He's not going to waste it. So I might as well do 2 damage while I can. I would love for him to waste it. Please block. Pretty please with sugar on top. He's reading this. He made the right decision, unfortunately. I hate to see that. Standard set rotates out every 3 years. Tarkir came out last year, so you have a long time to enjoy the voice. It's already over. TJ, you never know. Maybe he doesn't have anything in his hand. Maybe he only has lands in his hand. You know what I'm saying? TJ, you gotta have faith. If you swung before playing the Weaver, you maybe could have... Oh, man, Ian, I keep making that bad... It's such a bad habit. That is such a bad habit. Unbelievable. Dang it. I'm blaming it on the fact that I have Spellbook Vendor. Should I block this? Do they have... I haven't really seen them play whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures. Put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakel. Then create... Okay. I mean, I'm not even going to risk it. I don't want to risk it. If this thing dies, this is my only chance. You know what I'm saying? Alright. It's time to do the thing. And hope for some sort of removal next turn. Maybe I should have shared the love there, but I don't think so. 1 attacker. No reachers or anything. 1 attack. 6 damage. The only thing that gives me a little bit of hope is the fact that he only has 2 cards in hand. He's looking at this like he can do something, though. He has all the mana in the world, though. Oh, man, he's looking at that like he has bad intentions, and I don't like it. Now he's looking at this, so maybe he's moving on. Now he's back to it. Now he's at Land of War Elves. Seems like he's calculating something. He's looking at... Oh, no! Please tell me he can't pay the ward cost. He can pay the ward cost. Of course he can. That was literally my only chance. God dang it. I'm not even going to waste my time. Not even going to waste my time with that. Maybe I should. TJ, you were right. Maybe you jinxed me, TJ. I've been playing versus deck all night, and they have it every dang time. I hate it so much. Honestly, it sounds crazy, but I think I'd rather play against Oroboid than Nowhere to Run or the degenerate black stuff I've been dealing with. He wants that Space Dragon Cup circle generated good vibes and mana. Son of a biscuit. Okay, the good news there is I didn't draw any of the new cards. So I still don't know how I still can go 6-1. My goal right now is to go 6-1. Just like the forefathers before me, Butterhugger going 6-1. Still super impressed by that. Future pro right there. Do you not do your dailies normally? I do my dailies. Of course. Your matchup into Overboard is much better than any black deck. That's how I feel. That's why I'd rather do that. Okay, should I? I did say that after my next loss, I would mulligan something that... But now that the taxman has come to collect, do I really want to do that? Because I could mulligan and I get 1 land, and that would feel bad. I could mulligan and get another 1 land, and I would go be down to... I'm keeping it. There will be a day that I try that strategy, but today might not be the day, boys. It requires an absolute steely constitution. And oh my god, I made the right... The biggest reason I kept this hand was like, okay, if I go against this mother trucker again, I have the seam rips to deal with him. I cannot believe it. Okay. I can't internalize that because I still want to try out the strategy. You know what I'm saying? I still want to try out the strategy of I'm not seam ripping, I'm mulliganing, which is such a hard word to say. I feel like an absolute buffoon when I try to say it. When this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X until the end of turn. That's not worth the seam rip. That is worth the ward play. Because I'm going to freaking start bonking this fool ASAP. I'm feeding Appa because that is what a kind human being does. Okay, well, I gotta run. Nice to meet you. Good luck on the run. Sub. Thank you so much, TJ. Have a great night or a great day, depending on what part of the world you're on. You're more scared of the Badger Milk Cub than the Badger Milk Cub is scared of you. 1,000%. Done a 7-0 in the past. I wish I could do subtraction. 7-0. That's just showing off. 6-1. Impressive. 7-0. All right, bud. We get it. You're good. What the hell is this? This vehicle's power is equal to the number of lands you control when... Okay. You think that scares me? It doesn't scare me. I'm better than you. Do I want to start scrying? That would leave me tapped out. But I guess I have no protection anyways. Yeah. I think I want to scry. That is the choice I've made. I'm going to live with the results. All attacks, 1 attack. Shard Mages, protection. That is a good card to draw in this scenario. There we go, baby. Not really with this deck, but decks with bouncing effects can bounce the earth-bended lands, and that always feels satisfying against Cub decks. Not with this deck, but decks with bounce effects can bounce the earth-bended lands. Someone, I think it was a shrine deck. Someone was playing a shrine deck and they bounced an enchantment literally 6 times against me, and the enchantment basically read destroy one of my cards. Or was it like a hand rip? It was something like that. And he played it 6 times against me. And that felt absolutely horrendous. Okay. Or Boyd has entered the chat. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. But he only has 2 creatures, so that actually might be the best case scenario. What do I want to do here? It might seem crazy to y'all, but understand, I'm trying to race this fool. And if my Wonder Weave dies, I feel like I'm shite out of luck. So I'm going to... This would be 8, 9. That's going to be where X is the creature's power, put X power, so that's going to be a 4. Auto pay. Make this a 3/3. Potentially make him block. And I get a scry 2. Bottom. Easiest bottom I've ever had to think about. Ethereal Armor. Yeah. No, that was greedy. I should have wanted... Ah, damn. I made a mistake. I should have thought about that for more than half a second. I should have scried and tried to get like a Sheltered by Ghost or something, since I already have game next turn. Next. Okay, wait a second. 8, 3. Okay. Nope. Alright, I think this was the right play. I believe so. Protection from potential removal, which will basically end the game for me. He has 6 freaking land cards. A lot of lands. Maybe you could play another Oroboid, and maybe that would get out of hand pretty quickly. Target creature you control gets plus... Target creature you control gets plus XX, and then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Okay, he has to target my creature. So that would fizzle, right? And now that he's tapped out, that should... maybe he'll still get the pump effect. But I don't think I'll be foughten. I think I'll be good. Hopefully. Ooh. Thank goodness the logic is logicking right now. And so what is 7/9 to an Ored up freaking Wonder Weave? It's nothing to someone like myself. Alright, at least we got vindicated with a little bit of revenge here. There ain't no way this goes to 15. There ain't no way. 14. Holy guacamole. I think I'm just going to block it just in case something happens. Yeah, who knows what happens. I'm just going to block it just to protect myself. You know, I don't know if there's. I just didn't want to risk it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said good game. What a nice guy. Good game. Next, I'll attack. I'm not going to waste this guy's time. This is what I love about Magic the Gathering people. Good people. Through and through. See what I'm talking about? If that was a black player, he would have conceded. And I know I did concede. But to be fair, I was getting a little salty. Not a lot of salty, but a little bit of salty. All right, time to check the chat. Done a 7-0. I wish I could do. Not really with this deck. I got the bounce. Hopeless Nightmare. It's going to be a 2-turn at best anyway. Shard Mage protects it. True. What would happen? He was tapped out. Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. I've been in situations where I was just like, okay, I'll just take it, and it's just something mind warping happens. But I did understand that he was tapped out. You know what I'm saying? We should reprint mutagenic growth into standard. Mutagenic growth? That sounds like a green card. And do green cards really need the help? Not sure. Not sure. I would actually love to build a green deck. I just don't think I would put Auraboid in it. Just because that just seems so unfair. And I can't be a hater against something and then go for it. Okay, do I do this? Do I really do this? You gotta risk it for the biscuit sometimes. That's what the mouse on my wall says. Oh no. Okay, Grand. That's way better than Dimir. Way better than Dimir, actually. And because it's Grand, I'm gonna pretend this is a sled, and I'm gonna run over Grand. And because I want to get my licks in while my licks can get licked and go past the 3/3 threshold, I'm going to do 5 damage. I'm feeling decent. I'd feel a lot better if I had Shard Mage in my hand. That's for sure. Okay, I like that. I like how this game is going so far. This thing's going to be a massive monster. And actually, I was going to play this, but now I'm going to play Spell Vendor and Scry. I feel like that's the better play. And now every time I play Spell Vendor, I'm telling myself, don't get in the habit of playing cards before combat. Every time I play Spell Vendor. Okay, I don't need that. I need some sort of Shard Mages to make me feel even better about this. Okay, now he's at 7. So unless he has a board wipe, I got another dub, guys. And what is this? Is this an Ornithopter? Is this a Thopter? What is this thing? Oh, let's go. I think I got this. A blue, though. What can he do with the blue? Oh, no. Oh, no. I spoke way too soon. There goes my best freaking card, Ethereal Armor. Well, maybe it's not my best card, but it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Well, if he's going to do that to me again, he's going to have to pay his taxes. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Non-creature spells you cast. Is it worth seam ripping that? I'm just going to give myself every opportunity next turn to go for game. I think that is the best thing to do. Because, like, the most creatures he's going to play, I think is 3. And I can seam rip next turn, buff the Optimus Scavenger. Well, now he can play more. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Let's see if I'm thinking about this in proper logic. All right, here's that otter that I was expecting. He's drawn a card. Maybe you'll get another otter on the board. Okay, that's fine. I was expecting that. That's no big deal. Next turn, I'll have a flyer anyways, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay, I won. Right? Yeah, I won. There's nothing you can do. He's tapped out. I shouldn't even have to think or worry about this scenario like I did last turn. That was just a little foolishness. 3, 5. He's tapped out. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just going to attack. I guess I'll put that on the 3/3. I guess I'll make that a 5/5 by itself. Scry, Shard Mages, put that on top. There we go. I'll hit him with a good game because he stayed. He let me attack, so I hit him with a good game. You know what I'm saying? He's a great guy. Combustion Technique. Yeah, I was kind of scared for that card. I've gotten hit with that card many a time. Is it lessons can be mean if you don't have graveyard hate? Is it lessons win off of momentum? To be honest, artist talent isn't dangerous until it suddenly is. Yeah, I knew. Well, I thought I knew that my best chance was to play really fast. So I think I just got lucky with my hand there. But it always feels nice to beat a Grand. I feel like whenever I take away an early sort of like ramping ability like Grand or Llanowar Elves or Badgermole Cub, against those two decks, my win rate goes from like 50% to like damn near 70%. All right. Oh, let's go. This is what I've been waiting for. Both of the cards I added are in the deck, are in my hand. Let's type in Human. There we go. That feels great. Voice of Victory is about to freaking do some work. I'm about to sing some songs, and I'm playing against white? Okay. Probably this first, right? I was so excited to play it, so I feel like I have to play it first. However, the Wonder Weave has self-protection. But this has protection going forward. I don't know if that was correct. Normally, I would have played Wonder Weave because of the ward. He wouldn't be able to pay it, all that stuff. Now, now my brain is definitely have to be thinking of a slightly different thing. Clip. Silence is not a good viewing experience. I got to get out of the habit, but I was thinking hard. I really want to do that. But maybe I do this now. And then attack. Oh man, that is so cool. That is so freaking cool. Lessons kills you with the momentum usually once it gets set up. He's recreated Bolt the Bird from First Principle. Not sure what that is. All right, now it's time for Feather of Flight. What the hell is this? This creature enters with a Blight counter. He can remove a Blight. Remove a counter from this whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker. This turn, draw a card. That's pretty good. It's so good, in fact, that I'm going to say nay. And now it's really tempting to make this a flyer and draw a card. Yeah, I didn't hit a land this turn, so I'm going to try it. Maybe I should have made Voice of Victory a flyer. Now I'm thinking about it, and I did draw a land. That feels great whenever that happens. All right, more damage coming at your face. He's taking a lot of damage, and he seems to be okay with it. Probably should have made that a flyer, because I do want to attack with it. What in the hell's bells, man? Choose up to one target creature and then airbend all other. Crazy. Pretty good card. Okay. At least I can play it again, so it's not the meanest thing on the planet. What the hell? What is happening right now? Oh, what is going on? This spell's mana cost modified to 2. Your opponent can't forever until your next turn. Oh, I like that card. That card's that's a fair Magic card. Well done, Wizards of the Coast. Very well done. All right, here's my thought process. I'm going to do 2 enchantments right now. Then, no, I'm going to do 1 enchantment right now. So I will have creatures and things for the double striking effect when it fizzles, and it's basically guaranteed game. Unless I get hit with another Avatar's Wrath or something. So I'm not confident, but that's my thought process of how I'm going to handle this situation. Okay, another little airbend thing. I'm fine with that. He didn't want the Reacher on the field, but he doesn't know about Wonder Weave. It is a flyer, my guy. First things first, Voice of Victory. Once this hits, you can't cast spells. Now, I want to do this on my flyer. And now that clock of his is ticking something mad. He's definitely not going to block this. There's no way he blocks this. He may block this. He may. Because it is a lot of damage. There we go. All right, I feel a lot better about the situation. On your 2-drop, when you're weighing options, you might want to consider trying to get Helpful Weaver out earlier. The sooner you get it out, the more value you're getting from it. You can get your voice back as well. Yeah, I normally play the Wonder Weave because it has built-in protection. I was just super excited about Voice of Victory. You know what I'm saying? But I think, yeah, I think that the optimal play there would have been the Wonder Weave. However, the great news is, now that I've seen Butterhugger's cards, I have a 100% win rate. Butterhugger Genius confirmed. Oh, sorry. I am a bit dyslexic. The thing about playing that's a great conversation to have. The thing about why I don't try to play this early is because my creatures get removed early. Usually, so when I do play a Most Helpful Weaver early, I don't have creatures for their most effective abilities. It doesn't go off usually, it fizzles. So I usually wait to play a Most Helpful until I have at least 2 creatures on the board or something like that, or I have some sort of protection. Or if it just makes sense, like in a situation like this. Enters tapped, add 2 mana, spend this mana only to activate abilities. Are those elemental creatures? Are those considered abilities? The one where if you pay the mana? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because that's colorless. But I would have Ward 2. Okay, it seems crazy to do this. Yeah, why would I do that when I could do this? Yeah, get rid of that. And maybe I just do this now? He's looking at that. I don't know. I don't think what I just did was great, but it is aggressive, and that's what this deck does. I think maybe the ward there would have been better. Now that I have Shard Mages, I'm not worried. Oh, shite. Only 2 mana, though. I think I have to hold up the Shard Mages, because that would make it a 6. I would have... It doesn't... Okay, I think the best thing to do here is to hold up the Shard Mages. Don't do anything else. Because I don't think I have to at this moment in time. Oh, it's a blue-white. It's not even blue-black. Okay. You're really worried about that. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life. Okay. Resolve. Did he already play land this turn? I think he did. Maybe not. Pass. My turn. Do I play it, make this a 7? Then I make it an 8? No. No, I don't think... Oh, man, that feels bad. When this artifact enters... Search your library. Craft with the artifact. Okay, I don't have to worry about that right now. I think the correct thing to do is continue to hold up my Shard Mage. Maybe not, though. End turn. It isn't the most aggressive thing to do, so maybe not. Put the 2 none. Okay, resolve. Hitting the battlefield. This could be problematic. Target tap creature in a... Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I held this up. So clearly it was the right decision. Does anything do this? Exile target, max... Okay. I just wanted to read to make sure I wasn't just attacking for no reason there. There we go! Since running in the voice of victory, 2 in a row. Love to see that. Your choice was the Wonder Weave, most helpful weaver. Thank you. I wish Butterhugger was my dad. That is quite the praise. Helpful Weaver gives you a body, then does a thing to the body next turn. Don't play scared. Be the captain. Uh-oh. So I messed up, Aspect, is what you're saying. Shoot. Well, I'm glad I messed up in that scenario since it worked out in the end. But you're probably right that I should have played the creatures instead of holding up the shard mages. I don't know. Yeah, that's a hard decision for me. Eerie! Welcome back, Eerie. Thank you for being here. We're about 50% right now. 50% win rate. Which ain't bad. And I'm playing a new variation of the deck, courtesy of Butterhugger. Oh, and this is not as soon as... No, okay. You're apparently my bad luck charm because getting hand ripped. My least favorite thing in this damn game. It's more so that you can't be worried about removal spells that they might or might not have. Yeah, they haunt me in my dreams, Aspect. It's so hard to not think about them. Okay, so this guy wants his graveyard. He was scared about the veteran survivor. So that tells me I have to play fast. However, okay, Aspect tells me not to be worried about the removal spells that may or may not come, so I'm not going to think about them. I'm just going to play the game. There we go. It's working so far. First, Ethereal Armor. I have to play fast, or else I'm going to lose to his reanimation crap. 7 damage? I like that for only 2 mana. Unbelievable. Unbelievable value. Shopping at Costco, getting myself a hot dog. That's how this feels. I'm going to have a bad taste in my mouth for the rest of the day. This will be 8. Or I could just scry. Brr. Neither one of those would cause me to win the game this turn. Neither one of them would make it so I win next turn. However, if he does play a creature next turn, I could attack with this for game. So I think this is the correct move here. And then I'll scry it in addition to that. Plus, this will be more powerful. I will be stronger. Oh, that is. I forgot about the +1/+1 ability. I almost didn't do that. That would have been very silly. And I literally have no excuse for that. It's more so that you can't be worried. No, I read that. You can be mindful of what they might have. You're just making it easier for them. If you don't make them show you that they have it sometimes, though. That actually makes sense. Like, if I don't play it, that's basically like they're playing two forms of removal spell. Because they didn't get the threat. And then when I inevitably do play it, then they remove it. So I just lose tempo, and I lose the card. So it doesn't matter in the end. The only thing that matters is my psyche damage. All right. It's always so tempting when I have all these cheap spells in my hand and 1 mana. It's always so tempting. But it's just, I know it's not correct. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Damn. Damn. All right. I'll keep this one. I top out kind of at 3 here, having 2 seam rips. If I'm playing against green, those 2 seam rips would be phenomenal. So I'm going to choose to put back the planes. And I'm playing against a demolition field. Interesting. Optimus Scavenger making its early arrival. Gotta love to see that. Not playing scared, just playing. Ooh, that's great. Scary. 2 creatures on the board with no sort of protection. That is quite scary. can't pay it, but I'll be able to pay it next turn. I'll be able to pop off next turn. There it comes. I can do some exploring. Who doesn't love to do that? Regarding aspects comment on Weaver turn 2, it's not a bad play when you're up against a removal. Pretty much if you see black or blue, since it works as good a removal sponge. That's true. But otherwise, it may not be the right play. Yeah, that was my point, since removal heavy decks seem to be a concern. Unless your first play is up in Scepter, which then you can totally gamble it. I love gambling. Top 3 sports. Yeah, I gambled there. I knew it was coming, but I felt like I'd at least try. There's nothing to seam rip, so I guess I'll just explore, huh? I'll explore one time. And here comes the second round of removal. I'm okay with removal as long as not removal plus draw spells like stock up or star charts and all that crap. All right, now I can do this again. Let's do it again. Let's do this again, and then I'll scry. Ooh, 2 lands. The big whiffa. Maybe it would have been smart to attack first. But I kind of wanted the +1/+1 ability, so maybe not. He's taking 3 damage, it looks like. He's allowing me to scry. I still get a scry even though whatever's happening right now. Okay, I'm scrying. We both die. That's fine. Wait a second, I didn't get a scry? What did this say? This creature answers counter up to 1. Wow, what a big jerk. What an absolute big jerk. Well, if he wants to destroy my land, I guess that's fine by me. It's fine by me if he destroys my land. But he hasn't done it yet. So he's not countering this. Unless he pays 2 and then has like a one mana counter. Maybe that works. I'm not sure about the timing on that. And I guess that's all she wrote for my turn. I guess, yeah, I should probably pay that now, even though I don't get to scry, right? End turn? No removal? He's demolitioning my Cavern of Souls. That's fine. 1 less mana for you, you big donkey. And I get another. Oof. Good deal. Cavern of Souls put in some work. And me calling him a donkey isn't even me being rude. His username is literally Daddy Donkey. So you gotta love that. Nice guy. I'm a nice guy, me. We love gambling here. Hell yeah. He meant gambling to turn 2, help a Weaver on being useful if you lead with Scavenger. Oh, I see. Time to pull up the Blackjack app. Fun fact about gambling is that I was undefeated gambling for the Australian Open. Honestly, gambling on tennis is kind of a hack. Like, it's pretty obvious who's going to win. And especially if you, like, gamble halfway through a tennis match, it's obvious. Decline. Spellbook vendor. Let me attack with it. I want to scry. Is this one of those decks where, like, they do nothing, just, like, annoy you until, like, they hit that one card that allows you to play, like, 2 monks or something? Seems like it. But I've never played it. Maybe I played against that deck once. Man, that's getting annoying. End turn. Oh my god. I get creature screwed so freaking often. It's crazy. It is a nice island art. Very nice indeed. Yeah, if I ever pull up to the court, it's a clear win? It's on, Ian. If I ever see you, I want to play. A most helpful Weaver hits the field. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, I can definitely see why. I can definitely see why people hate blue more than black. I don't personally, but I can definitely see why. Because this guy's whole existence is to annoy people. And now he has some draw spells. And of course, I know I still don't have a creature. I do have a lot of mana to pay for eventual creatures. If I do get a creature on the board at one point in time, I'm able to draw a card and get the ball rolling. God, this feels like such a waste of time. Like, if my deck doesn't win in turn 5, I've lost the game. So it literally feels like I'm wasting time, but you just never know. So I just can't get myself to concede. Okay, here we go again. Countered. We'll see, though. Maybe you'll let it go through. Maybe I should, at this point, wait for 2 things in my hand. Like 2 creatures in my hand. Maybe I should try that. Okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to wait for 2 creatures before I play anything. Oh, now I have Shard Mages, so that actually changes things. But he's countering me. He's not letting me hit the field. I don't know. Too much control? I'm annoyed looking at this. Yeah, I'm getting pretty annoyed too, but it's not in my nature to scoop. I try to travel to most West Coast Magic conventions if you ever decide to go to one. Wow, it is a goal for me to play live Magic, you know what I mean? Seam rip his tokens and assert dominance. Well, what I'm really hoping that happens is that I can draw an Optimus Scavenger or 2 and make this game over in a flash. That's what I'm hoping to do. So I think I'm gonna. But this guy, he's literally a donkey, so his name is very fitting. Oh my gosh, this is not riveting television. Maybe he'll draw. Yeah, maybe he'll draw a stock up. I hate stock up. Props to you for not scooping. Thank you so much, Mike. I'm sure it's not entertaining to witness this, but who knows? Maybe I can ruin this guy's day. If you hit the double arrows in the bottom right, passes through the whole turn. There we go. Auto passing. All right. I think if I draw a creature, I'm not playing it. If I draw 2 creatures, I'll play it. That's my plan. He is. Oh, here's one of these fucking pieces of shit cards. Now that this is entering the game state, now it feels like more of a scooping situation. To not scooping, they probably have YouTube video in the background. Man, this guy sucks. Okay. It's just not worth it. That game was going on forever. Who plays the game? Hey man, different strokes for different folks. So obviously he enjoys that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a hater. What's with all the control hate? That's what I'm saying. Control people are people too. You know what I mean? They're just not good people. I take it back. Aspect, you're a control player, it seems, so you're a good person. I take it back. Don't mind me. I just got my goddamn time wasted. Well, people, yeah. Well, people. Okay. Old me, definitely playing Optimus Scavenger. New me says no. Okay, I probably should have. Now that I know I'm playing a forest. Ooh, a Chocobo. I love playing against Chocobos. Man, I want to play Final Fantasy so freaking bad. Yeah. It is time to do the thing that I was born to play Optimus the Scavenger. He might have been out of answers. Probably not after the... Yeah, the reason why I scooped there. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'd rather play another game than play against Control. That's exactly why. With my set in addition, once hit the star charts, entered the chat, I was like, there's no way I'm getting lucky that his 9 million card hand didn't have the answers to even 2 creatures. And the likelihood of me drawing 2 creatures was already low. Resolve. Oh no. His Chocobos are already massive. You should definitely always be playing Scavenger turn 1. Rain or shine? I want to play, not watch someone ruin my game or ruin my night. I would play against Control, then blast it out turn 2 or 3 by Reanimator. Yeah. I don't know about that, actually. Yesterday, if you asked me that, I would have been like, yeah, Control all day. But then after that, like, that was just horrendously boring. Horrendously boring. All right, I've already made a mistake. I didn't rip Optimus the Scavenger. Turn 1. So let's see if I can still pull this off. Because I didn't draw a land, I think this is the right thing to do. Hoping for a... Damn, man. I'll do 5 damage, though. It seems like this deck is more interested in doing its own thing than ruining my thing. That's why I was okay with playing the Feather of Flight. I'm glad I have this card. Bristly Bill. Bristly Bill is well, he has a thorny personality, that's for sure. He's not a guy that I would invite to the party, that's for sure. At least I'm recouping some of the life. And now I have Ward. He only has 3 mana. He wants to do his own thing. I feel decent. Okay. That was enough. I survived even though I didn't play turn 1 Scavenger. However, I've internalized it. I'm not doing that again. And we're 1 win away from ranking up, and that feels great. Oh, I just pulled Vibrance? I will say, if you ever play Paper Magic, knowing when to concede to control is an important skill. Yeah, that actually makes sense because, like, actually, it wasn't Butterhugger talking about that last time, like running out of time? Because isn't every match like timed? So if you scoop, you can get like a quick win and then tie it up. That makes sense. It very much is. I can't even imagine what a control player looks like in real life. I won't say that. Aspect is in here. He's a control player. He's a handsome feller. He's a nice guy too. They exist. They're just rare. Especially with sideboarding, that makes sense. One day I will get out of my comfort zone further than just this, and I will play Paper Magic. Hey, I'm playing this turn 1. Let's go. Personal growth. He has the this is Liliana, right? Which is the notorious black fiend. Yes, it is. And now this is going to get got. Son of a bitch. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope, it is. Damn, man. But at least I have follow creature. However, if this gets removed, it is game over because I almost guarantee I'm not going to draw another creature for at least 10 turns. Santos, 27777. What's up, my friend? Hope you enjoy watching someone struggle at the game, but is getting better slowly but surely with the help of lovely people like my Aspect, Ian, Butterhugger. The whole gang is here, actually, and it feels so good. So good. I'm doing it. I'm doing the aggressive thing. 2 ethereal armors on it. Now I don't have to be worried about nowhere to run. Yeah, I got some wardage. So I feel okay. I don't feel super confident, but I feel okay. Look at it as he spent 1 of his 7 cards to deal with 1 of your 7 cards instead of him blowing out your creatures. It's going to be hard for me to think about that, but you're probably right to be more positive. Probably right. Oh, thank the Lord for Ward. That rhymed, and I'm happy it does, and now I have Seam Rip, so my day just got a lot better. Okay, discard a card whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. An opponent, +1/+1 counter? Now I don't like Ward. This helps me? What the heck? What the heck? Well, I don't need to play this, because that just makes it a 7. And what does that really get me? I could exile this card from your graveyard, put a decayed counter, trample. Trample is pretty scary. Brrr. This has Ward, so why would I do that? Maybe I can get rid of this? A 5/5 is kind of crazy. Seam ripping that? Okay, I'm going to be reactive. I would have thought about all the things that I could have done. Oh, this has the whole... I have 2 ethereal armors. What am I doing? This is an easy decision. I got to lock in. I'm embarrassing myself. All right, 3 away from a win, but it only has Ward 2. So I'm just going to cross my fingers. He has something to play. Oh, he's a flyer. That changes it. He can't pay. Man, this is such an interest. I've never run into a black player that wants to help me. Never in my life did I ever think that was going to happen. He must have some sort of strategy that really screws me over with the +1/+1s. lose twice that much life instead. Getting rid of one of my most hated black cards, though. That feels good. Holding up the Shard Mages. Let's hope he doesn't have another one of those in hand. You don't know how to play. Well, this is probably the perfect place for you, Santos. And actually, I see you're on the vertical stream. I am streaming horizontally. So if you want more gameplay, less of my ugly mug, you can find it on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Thank the Lord for Shard Mages. Thank the Lord for... And then we can learn together, Santos. If they're at 14-7 gets you a 2-turn clock. What day? Today is a Monday. Well, it's a Monday. They're playing like black aggro, basically. Their creatures have big stats for less mana, but with downsides. Somebody might clutch it out. Yes, when Shard Mages works, it's a beautiful thing. It makes me feel good. Especially it working against black feels great. I'm only 5 attacks away for a big payday, too. So things are going my way. I don't know what the win rate today is. A name I cannot pronounce, I wave back. Can't pronounce your name, but I'm waving back. Very nice of you to be here. Welcome. This is a hand I love to see. Keeping that 10 out of 7 times. Oh man, it just gets better and better. Overgrown Tomb, a black and green player. I don't think I've ran into this combination before. Wait a second, is that the elemental one? Oh, it's this crap. What an ugly guy. Hate that guy. Brr. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards, and we put a land card from among them into your hand. You put a town card into your hand. This way, you gain 2 life. Well, it's already done its thing. So, I kind of want to give my Optimus Scavenger Ward. But would that be dumb? Well, I have 2 of them, and that would be a form of protection. I have 2 of them, and I have a Seam Rip. I'm doing it. I'm going to be very interested to see what you guys have to say about that play. Because on a one hand, and that hand's a big hand, it was kind of stupid. Because, like, that was, like, probably the least scary card he's going to play the entire time. Okay. Okay, I really need a Veteran Survivor. Holy shite. I don't know... Oh, man. This comes in as a copy of this? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. But this is a 4, and he probably has a hand. Son of a bisquick. Let me read this really quick. Each player sacrifices all their creatures they control. Then each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard that weren't put there this way. I have nothing in my graveyard. Okay, well, I think I have to do this. I need to draw a card here. Because this is going to die next turn. Okay, this helps me a little bit. I could draw this. How many enchantments do I have? I have 1, 2. This will make it 3. So this will make it an 8. I don't want to waste it. I mean, there's a chance. How many creatures does he have? 1. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink. So that's 6. 10. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard. If you exile the card this way. Okay. That's a lot. So that's 9 by itself. That's 15. That is... I have 23. So maybe I survive. Oh, I'm going to be at 28. Does any of these fly? This has flying. All attacks. Okay. I might be able to do the unthinkable, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. But there's a chance. And there's the 4th land. And there's the card. Damn. Damn. Now this is the black that I'm used to. 10, 14, plus 5, 19, 20, 21. 21. 2 flyers. Oh, wait. I thought everything had haste. Okay. We'll give it our best shot. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Is it every turn? From a graveyard. This. So that's just. But it won't be able to attack, will it? Or does it have haste? What gives everything haste? When a creature enters, if you cast it, each player sacrifices all, and each player returns. When this creature enters, then each player returns all creature cards. Does anything give things haste? If so, I mean, this problem already occurred. Damn. Okay. Damn. I took too long to think. Damn. Should have thought quicker. Should have thought quicker. But that's the first time that demon has come out where I could actually play afterwards. Damn, son. Phew, your boy Erie. I think you had a better chance against the control deck a few games ago versus this board state. I think you're cooked. Yeah, I was definitely cooked, but I wanted to give it, you know, the old college try. Santos, 27 Chespin. Are you the same Santos? You might be the same Santos. Arden does just follow. Oh, thank you so much, Santos. Really appreciate that. You made my night. Man, yeah, I knew I was cooked, but, you know, I wanted to give it the old college try just because usually when that stupid demon comes out, the game instantaneously ends. So it was a new feeling to play on, you know what I'm saying? But I guess I was just a bit too dim-witted. The wattage needed to be like 65, and I was like a 45-watt bulb. But I have another hand with an Optimistic Scavenger, so things are going my way this game. Ooh, and I'm playing against red-white. Love this matchup. And this mate's cool. I've never seen this mate before in my life. And it feels good. It doesn't feel good that my Optimistic Scavenger just got like that, but it do be like that sometimes. I do have follow-up creatures. I should have played the Wonder Weave. Damn it. I was playing too slow, try to play too fast, and now, okay, I got away with it. Got away with it. We survive. We will survive. We will survive. Okay. Feather of Flight, I believe, is optimal. Then I will get out of range of his lightning bolts, and I will deal a big whopper right to the dome. Always good to try. Let's go. Yeah, I'm the same. Thanks, Santos. And best of way, not your fault. Yeah, but that feels bad. Whenever Sheltered by Ghost hits me, it feels like betrayal, to be honest with you. Your deck has to be tailored for all comers, and sometimes you don't have graveyard hate when you need it. That's true. Nothing you can really do there. Shelper. Big Shelper. But I have Voice of Victory, and that means that I'm going to win. It certainly does. The unfortunate part about it is I just realized that I did not go 6-1 like the legendary Butter Hugger. Why would I not block? Oh, because I'm playing against red. That's why I wouldn't block. That would have been silly. He really sheltered by Ghost a freaking token. What a power move that is. Okay, Ethereal Armor on the Wonder Weave. Make it a flyer. Give me a chance here. He's tapped out. I will do 6 damage. He will be at 14. I'll be at 13. The math on this, I don't feel very good about the math. I'm going to be down to 10, but he's going to have some sort of pump spell, some sort of damage spell. So I'll probably be at 7. He'll be at 9 next turn. This has haste, but this doesn't. Okay. I'm at 7. I predicted that. A Plains doesn't do it for me here. It really doesn't. 3, 5, 7. I have to hold up a blocker. At least 1 blocker, but maybe I should hold up 2 blockers. I lost the game. Basically, more of the story is I lost this game here. I could draw cracked. Though. Who knows? We'll see. If I draw like a seam rip, I like my chances a little bit more. If I draw Sheltered by Ghost, it doesn't really change much. I'm on a clock, though. I do be on a clock, though. This doesn't have prowess, so this probably is the one I want to block. So I'm going to be taking 5, and he's going to have a pump spell. So maybe I make this trade. Oh, I got first strike. Okay, let's hope he didn't realize that. Ah, damn. I didn't realize that. Well, I did what I could. Can't be mad about that. I did what I could. I lost my board, and that's all she wrote. In classic me fashion, I draw Plains when I needed anything but a Plains. Oh, he emoted, so now you don't get to attack. When you act like a dick, you don't get your dailies. That's my rule. I was going to let him attack. And be a gentleman. However, he was not a gentleman himself, so I conceded there. But I did get my 750 from my toil. All right, let's go again. Yeah, when I hit anything more than freaking 4 lands, it's not a good sign. One can tell if I've won or lost just by finding out how many lands are on the board at the end of the game. If it's 4 or more, the likelihood of me winning is not there. Keeping this Voice of Victory is very exciting. And the whole emblem for the Mobilize 2 is probably the best looking emblem. Let's do... I guess we do this. And then next turn we can do Spellbook Vendor. Yeah, I think that's better than Spellbook Vendor this turn. I think. Because I'm definitely attacking with this next turn. So I can play this, put it on the Voice of Victory. That's my thought process. You can attack your opponent without kill all of his creatures? Yeah, so there's many ways that you can attack the opponent without the creatures coming into play. For example, he just attacked me with his Healer's Hawk because he has flying, and I don't have flying. So in order to block a flyer, you need flying. So that's one way creatures don't matter in terms of attacking. Also, too, he could have attacked, and I could have decided that I wasn't going to do anything. So it's a decision. And that's one of the many things that makes this game so freaking cool to me. And I have played against this deck, courtesy of Stranger, who I haven't seen today, actually, I don't think. As I know that Johnny is quite the... Oh, no! Dang it, I should have played that creature after attacking. That is such a bad habit. Okay, eventually I will stop making that horrendous habit. Eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, certainly, I'll stop making that stupid habit. All right, he's getting back his Johnny. But at least I'm keeping my creature. And maybe I can draw another Sheltered by Ghost. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, that Ajani is already another problem. But let's give myself the best chance here of drawing an answer to Ajani. Because I have a lot of them, and that wasn't one of them. Hate to say it, but it was not. However, I want to draw an out to Ajani, so I will. I made the mistake I literally was just talking about again. What is wrong with my brain? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that just leads me to believe I can get rid of the Ajani in more than just Seam Rip or Sheltered by Ghost way if he's so willing to block with it. Okay, it's done its thing. I still have creatures. It's no big deal. Okay, I'm kidding. That was a big deal. And that Ajani is huge now. It is absolutely massive. He's quite a strange fella after all. It's like, oh, shoot. 1 second. I'm missing a lot of chats. I'm going to catch back up in just a second. I have to focus. If I don't focus, well, you see what happens when I don't focus. Okay, I almost just did it again. And if I wasn't focusing, I would have, and that would have sent me over the freaking edge. Let's explore. Let's explore. Boom. I love to see that I got rid of those cards. Let's put a thingamabob on these. On these. On this one. Man, I can't attack because of that stupid Ajani. However, I can make this a flyer next turn. But look at that. Played that after combat. Your chance of winning drastically go down. It's like Lorcaina if you think about it. Flying or reach. He's quite a strange fellow after all. Cast in your second main unless the spell needs to happen before combat. Just needs some sort of punishment challenge every time you do it. Oh, that's a great idea. I could do like push-ups or something. You can decide not to block the attacks. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I'm having the hardest time on, Santos, is that you can decide. So I'll often attack when I should have left blockers up. It's something that I'm still having a heck of a time to get the hang of. Get those boys in? I did. Thank the Lord I did. Decks with Ajani are kind of weak in my opinion. They usually like flying, trample, first strike, death touch, making it possible just to sack a creature to stop Ajani pride me. Oh, that's a good point. I could just sack creatures, but creatures are a hot commodity for me. Obviously, depends on if you got something to sack. You found new lands. I did! Courtesy of Butterhugger. He sent me his list. Back after zoning out for a bit. How have the games been? I think I've been at like 60% win rate, Butterhugger. But now I gotta lock in. Let's do these. My new land. Very topical because the chat mentioned it. Now, I can modify my flyer. And I have an Ajani sack outlet. And since he attacked out with his flyers, this is going to be free. It's going to be massively free. Scry 1. This would make my. Okay, I'm keeping that on top 10 out of 10 times because what could happen? You never know. It could happen. I could play Feather of Flight and I could draw into a Seam Rip or a Sheltered by Ghost. And wouldn't that just be the knees of the bees? I certainly think it would be the knees of the bees. Only losses. Thank you. 25 and 2. Listen to Ian. That definitely happened. Counters count for modified so you can explore onto Wonder Weave to give it flying if it's ever relevant. That's something that I love that I know now. When you gain life with a +1/+1 counter on this creature when you put one. Okay, a lot of counters. Also treated myself today by going to a hot chocolate store and getting some hot chocolate made. Hot chocolate espresso. God, this thing made my night. The fact that you have a hot chocolate store available to you is a blessing in and of itself. That sounds amazing. Still playing the same deck? Yes, unfortunately, Cosmic Pool. Eventually, I will play a different deck. Don't get me wrong. I will play a different deck eventually. But your boy just does not have the resources, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to take a shite ton of damage. I could kill this. While he's tapped out, I could kill this. I mean, it's already done its thing. Wait a second. I just thought of another way to kill a Johnny's Bridesmaid. That would do 5. Ah, damn. Damn. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No, I'm just going to take all the damage. Okay, I'm pinning all my hopes on this upcoming Feather of Flight. Man, that is massive. Now I need some... I need an absolute banger of a Feather of Flight. I don't even think there's anything I can even draw. I mean, at this point, I might as well spend the mana. I mean, what if I draw a Feather of Flight into a removal spell? But now I'm so low, it doesn't even matter. Huh. I might as... Oh, man. This is a hard decision. Way harder than I thought it was going to be. Spread the love a little bit, maybe? No, I gotta buff this as big as possible. Okay, here goes something. Ooh, 2 flyers? Okay, that's 8. Yeah, 2 flyers feels decent. Whenever I need something, I can be sure that I'm going to draw planes. But I'm at 6, and he has the... Okay, yep. He won. A feather... Oh, man, if Feather Flight was on top, bro, that would have been amazing. Oh, I was 1 card away. Actually, 2 cards away from being just an absolute banger of a comeback win. Okay, he's thinking way too long. What is wrong with people? Just take your victories, you son of a beach. I guess he didn't know what's in my hand. I guess he could have been scared about board wipes. But he's got to know I don't run those. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I played, Santos. Sam and I say this generally respectfully. Are you drinking espresso at midnight? Well, that's... Actually, that question, I'm going to respond to the rest. Okay, let me respond to this question. I'm going to read the rest of the chats. I'm basically forcing myself to be as energetic and positive as possible because, like, I feel like that creates maybe the best viewing, you know? Whereas if I, like, be my normal self, I'm not saying I'm not being my normal self, I'm just, like, being myself at a 10 instead of being myself at like a 5. And I feel like that's like the only way to stream. Because when I try to do things, like I've said this many times, like when I got into Magic, I bought 1 million precons. I got into tennis. I bought literally 7 tennis rackets. I learned how to tray flip on a skateboard. I bought 5 skateboards. I have a mental problem. I got into streaming, something that is like kind of crazy for me. I never thought I would. So like, I've done a lot of multi-stream right now. That was a fact to get set up. So I want to, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to try to do it right. If I'm playing Magic, I want to learn to play it well. If I'm going to stream, I'm going to at least try to be pleasing to the viewing audience. And I don't know if it's working. I mean, you guys are hanging out with me, so at least a few people like me. Thank the Lord for that. I feel extremely blessed that you guys are hanging out with me. But now, before I read these chats, I'm sorry I'm ignoring the rest of the chats. I gotta lock in because I got my behind handed to me by this stupid freaking deck 2 games ago. So I gotta lock myself in. Okay. Does this deck play removal? Ethereal Armor. Ethereal Armor then Shard Mages, holding up just in case, because I'm pinning my hopes, my dreams for revenge on this little feller, because he already has this piece of shite in his hand. Look how ugly this dude is. Like, screw this freaking doofus. I'm going to beat this doofus down. Alright. If you're watching at home, Santos, I'm probably not playing. I know you're learning just like me. So that's why I'm prefacing this game with I'm probably not playing optimally right now. However, the way I'm playing is like my only chance to beat this deck, because this deck basically puts a crazy-ass card in the graveyard, and then I lose. Basically, that's what happens. So that is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to deal 20 damage as fast as humanly possible. And that is why I'm even going to... Nope, I'm going to hold that up. Because it won't be 20 damage regardless if I play that or not. That would make me go... Actually, I have one ethereal armor. Okay, I have one ethereal armor. So that would be 10, 11, 12. Still not game. Holding it up. Next. There we go, baby. Okay, and back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm just trying my best with this whole streaming thing. And when I started streaming today, I was telling, maybe you guys heard, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I can literally count on one hand, this hand, 5 digits, how many times I've napped in my entire life. I'm an insomniac. I can't nap. However, in the last 2 weeks, I've napped 2 times. Okay, it's targeting the Feather of Flight. Man, I really wish that if I targeted my creature, it would target the whole shebang. But it doesn't work like that, and it makes me sad every time. But why wouldn't he just destroy the Optimus Scavenger? He has 1 mana to spend. This spell can't be countered. Maybe I do it. No, he's at 6. I'm at 7. Why would I do that? That would be stupid. Resolve. Come on, Feather of Flight. Oh, come on, Feather of Flight, baby. Oh, I guess he was playing around Shard Mages. Man, this guy, Man Jockey, might be a pretty good player. Even though he hit me with a Your Go earlier, which makes him seem like a donkey's butt. All right, 2 ways to win the game next turn. Love to see that. I wish that triggered after the spider hit the field. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, or at least that's what they tell me. And I'm sorry again, I can see in my peripherals, the chat is... I'm getting some chats. I'm not ignoring you. I just gotta lock in because I don't want to lose to this guy again. The last one hurt. I had the chats telling me to scoop, and that feels bad. Oh no, he's milling. Oh no! Oh no! I lost. He's such a lucky piece of shite. Damn, son. How many creatures does he have? Probably a lot. Man, I wish Hexproof was better. Is that his only creature, though? Oh, no, he has a ton. All right, I'm 0-2 against that deck today. I have beaten it before, but without Veteran Survivor, you know, you can only do so much. All right, time to get back to the chats. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, wait, I'm missing some more. Also treat myself. Sam and I say, generally speaking, yes, I am. Happy for you, bestie. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can't attack your opponent directly most of the time without killing all of his monsters. Santos, that's exactly why I'm struggling so mightily with combat. It's still a struggle. I struggle with combat, and I struggle with missing keywords. Also, little things like in Yu-Gi-Oh! You really You really just play your entire fucking deck turn one, and you play rock, paper, scissors. That's basically it is. So when I play creatures before combat phase, it's a mistake, and I continue to make it probably from my past experiences. But you and I, we're learning together. We're going to be better players. When you scry, your question should be, what card in my deck helps me the most in the situation I am in? Is it the one by Rock Ride? Berkeley, California is quite posh. There's a store for everything there. Berkeley, them Berkelites. The one thing I know about them Berkelites, they're posh people. Irvine too. I like Irvine. I have some good memories in Irvine. Even Magic cards. Can't wait until you play Green Stompy. I honestly can't wait to play Green too, Mai. Including a certain game store that hosts Popper every Monday. VPC? It is what it is. Good game. Nice try, though. Thanks so much. You play Yu-Gi-Oh? I used to. For my entire life. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh was my first love, Santos. However, I've just been completely disenchanted with the game because of Konami's horrendous handling of it. So now I'm no longer a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm a Magic player. I'm not a good Magic player, but a Magic player nonetheless. You're being your content creator self. It makes sense. Thanks so much. Do you know how to tray? I do know how to tray. So one thing about me, Erie, is that I love learning new things. This streaming thing, this Magic thing is just one thing in a long line of things. So I usually get into things a few times a year. I've always wanted to learn how to tray, and I was like, I'm going to do it. So early summer, I was like, just started practicing, and I was able to do it. Pretty cool. I've always wanted to do that trick. I think you're doing great. Thanks so much, Ian. You're the best. You're doing good. I wouldn't worry about a thing. Man, you guys are so freaking nice. I feel so blessed. No vet, so you're on back foot. Yeah. Damn, man. I wish I could, tell what I'm playing against before I mulligan. You're doing good. I wouldn't worry, but no vet. Good luck. LOL, man, chill. This freaking doofus. Sometimes it'd be like that. When I play a black deck, the worst of me comes out. I get pretty salty when I play a black deck just because it's ruined my gaming experience for so many days in a row. I can't believe you hate similar but legally distinct Spider-Man. What deck did you play in Yu-Gi-Oh? I played way too many decks to really say one, but my favorite modern deck is a tie between 2020-ish Salomon Great, and I also like DDDs. Because you can Shard Mage it, and he just wants you out of the air. Yeah, for sure. Arena auto passes if you don't have instants, so if it's giving you priority on their turn, they know you have something going on. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I thought through it. I'm going to play probably 10-ish TCGs, and Magic generally has the most complicated combat system. Yeah, for Magic, I'm still going to... Combat is... I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but it's still a problem to me. Jumping off a sinking ship onto another sinking ship. I want to learn how to tray. Hey, Erie, if you're saying that Magic is a sinking ship, I know you guys have been around the Magic thing for a long time, so you've probably seen it's downhill. However, you gotta realize that I'm coming from something that has already hit rock bottom. So now I'm at Magic, and it's just now that's where Magic is. But here's Yu-Gi-Oh. So, I'm on Mount Everest right now, and you guys might be in the latrine, but I'm living my best life with this game right now, my friend. I want to learn how to tray. Go for it, brother. It took me, I want to say, 5 weeks to learn how to tray, and it was very rewarding. Muscles I didn't realize I had were sore for a long time, but I just continued every day for a long time. It was pretty annoying, probably for my neighbors, because it's pretty loud, but I don't regret it. I can bust out a tray now, and that feels great. I'm in love now with card games, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is peak. I used to feel the same way, Santos, but I still hate it. If you play best of 3, you know what you're playing against more often. Is there a ranked for best of 3? I gotta look at that. Konami is doing well this year. You say that, Santos. However, I just tried to play Master Duel again, and my beloved, similarly to Butterhugger's beloved Boggle, I have the same affinity for Salomon Great in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And they completely ruined the deck. And that was my final straw. I'm never going back. They turned a mid-range deck, one that takes skill, and finesse to play well into a brain-dead, combo-centric slot fest. I'll never forgive Konami for what they have done to me and my beloved Salomon Greats. Best of 3 is good for this deck as well. You think he's some Rockefeller with all that fancy sideboard nonsense. Only possible way to beat white-blue control. My first deck was DDD. Man, you must be... They say that DDD requires a big brain. So Santos, oh my God. I cannot catch a freaking break. No veteran survivor. What I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by this buffoon is that you got a big brain, Santos, so you should be proud of yourself. People are disillusioned about the universe's beyond stuff. LOL. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the dumpster fire compared to the worst of Magic. I wholeheartedly agree with Aspect. I want to learn what traying is. A tray is a 360 flip. So basically you stand on your board, you do an ollie, and you spin the board around and you kick it. So it does a 360 and a flip in the air. That is what it is. And it's pretty damn cool if I don't say so myself. I want to learn what traying is. Man, I got to learn how to tray this summer. Do it, bro, and report back to me. I would love to hear about that. Okay, my only creature is going to get buffed up. And I'm going to leave the Shard Mage in my hand. Just in case it gets got. Because I can't afford it to get got. And if it doesn't get got, I'm going ham next turn. And I might be able to clutch this thing out. Maybe. Yes, ranked best of 3 is the traditional way to play comp Magic, to be honest. Damn, I just learned something crazy. I cannot believe I didn't know that. I'm going to switch. Maybe I should switch to best of 3. Yeah, that's what I play. Let's go. I'm going to try it. I'm glad you're in Magic now. Thank you so much, Mike. The better TCG, in my opinion, 100%. No question asked. 100%. Reanimator like 3 matches in a row. That's my experience on MTGA. Unfortunately, that's sick. Thank you so much, Ian. I don't have a big brain, but I tried my best. Hey, that's all we can do in this life is trying our best. And if you try your best, I mean, that's the best. I can barely kickflip. Bro, before I trade flip, I too could barely kickflip. I mean, I'm not a skater by any means. I just like things I suck at. So like, I never play basketball because your boy's jumper is nice. I got a nice jumper. I don't play soccer because honestly, that's probably my best sport. I got into skating because like it's freaking hard for me, my guys. I got into tennis because I've never been able to serve. But now your boy be serving fast as lightning. I serve. I've never clocked it. I want to buy a radar gun, but I learned how to serve, and it feels spectacular. And yeah, I got 7 rackets because I got into tennis, and I'm still into tennis. Tennis is a beautiful game if you never played it. Is that game? No, it certainly is not. Next, let's see if he. Oh shit! Shit! Oh, I just made a mistake. Oh no, I didn't. Damn it! I made a mistake. Let's see. Oh, sweet revenge. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. And it is cold in my garage, so they have a point. I D-ranked, and then I ranked back up. So maybe does that qualify that I ranked up twice in a roundabout fashion tonight? And if that is the case, I might be the best. All right, time to 3-match dog. I sick. I don't have a big brain by Trump. I guess I can barely kickflip. And then now I've learned something, so I'm good on learning for a couple of months. There you go. They do. Maybe learning something every day instead of a couple months. I don't know. Mobilize the troops. Yes, sir. Best of 1 is good for grinding if you're okay with just picking whatever decks have the best win rates. Your Reanimator matchup will be better in best of 3. My Reanimator matchup would be better if I drew my gosh dang veteran survivor. What is tray? Tray flip? Skateboard. You jump in the air with the skateboard. You go like this with your back foot. It spins 360. But at the same time, you flick your front foot and also flips. So it's 360 plus a flip. Will help your card knowledge and deck building skills since you have to understand why you need to swap out cards between games and what works against it. Tennis is the game I'd like to play, to be honest. Bro, pick it up. 100%. Ian, I can't recommend tennis enough. They say that tennis, if you play tennis, you add 7 years to your life. Stunting on him by ordering the token. That was a stunt, wasn't it? Only thing I do once a day is watch YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ian. Insert that Patrick meme that I sent in Discord. Also, by the way, Santos, since you're learning the game, I have a Discord. I created it a couple days ago. Bunch of nice people are in it. Ian, Butterhugger, Aspect, we're all in that mother. So I would suggest going in there too. And Ian is a professional judge. Butterhugger is a future pro player. Great resource right there. Okay, I'm going to try best of 3. And that requires me to have a sideboard. However, I have a great... And speaking of Discord, Santos, I'm going to the Discord right now because Butterhugger was nice enough to send me his award-winning, boggle-free deck. All right, let's look at this. Let's add some sideboard cards and hope to God there are no rares, because I am a broke B-word when it comes to rares. Of course, I did not collect the first one. That's not a good sign. All right, a Demi of the Silk Shoots. Cool, that's a cool card. How do I add to the sideboard? Never done this. There we go. That makes it easy. 2. Next one is an Avon. Wow, there's a lot of things that have Avon in the name. Did not expect that. Avon Interrupter. 3 mana. When this creature enters exile target spell, it becomes plotted. Spells your opponent casts from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. Fascinating. This is at 2. 1-2. 1-2, buckle my shoe. I don't have any shoes that have a buckle. And ain't that just a bit embarrassing? How can I be considered a gentleman without a buckled up shoe? I could get into snowboarding. However, a lot of people die snowboarding. I snowboarded once, fell down, hit my head, kind of was sick for the rest of the day, and I was like, this ain't worth it. The great and powerful Michael Schumacher, who used to be the best race car driver in the world, died from a skiing accident. And I feel like there's been many a good, solid human being have died doing the same thing. So maybe I shouldn't even think about it. Enduring Innocence. I can tell I missed... Oh, that's not how you spell. It's actually kind of hard to type with gloves on. Of course, that's just an excuse. Oh, I like this card. I've thought about adding this card just in general to my deck. I'm missing some chats. How many? But also, only thing I do. But also, in best of 3, you have access to your sideboard, which, if you're using my list, has a good amount of graveyard hate. I am using your list, Butterhugger. I would be a fool not to. How many cigarettes do I need to smoke to offset the 10x? I want to balance my life expectancy. I would say a pack. A pack a day for 3... Well, you can do it 2 ways. You can do a pack a day for 3 months, have 3 more months of the year where you don't do anything, and then you go back for 3 months, and then the next 3 months, you know what I'm saying? Like a 3-month wave, you could do the cigarettes and tennis. You can do it that way. So just so you don't have to smell like cigarettes the entire year, because that would be not so nice to your loved ones. Just don't have a good tennis partner. I'll make the GF play when she moves in. That is what I did, Ian. And she was all on board until I was trying to play every day with her. And then she was like, throw some buggles in there. I'm just a casual commander player. I would love to be a casual commander player, but that requires friends, it requires friends. So good for you that you have friends, How do I get the link? It is, if you're on Twitch, it's in my bio. If you're on YouTube, it's in my bio. So bio is the answer. That play is 90% green. If you don't have enough wild cards, I can totally help you out. By the way, great. With other cards, that'd be great. You should test yourself by trying to guess what decks the cards you're adding into the sideboard are for. All right, I'm going to do that. And % blue. Discord, that was my experience with bowling, to be honest. Felt and never gone back. Bowling? I don't mean to laugh, but you fell during bowling? I'm so sorry for laughing. I can just imagine myself falling while bowling. as a teenager, because like bowling as a teenager who was, I am still self-conscious, aren't we all? As a teenager, that whole bowling thing is like the most nerve-wracking 5 seconds of one's young life. So if I fell in front of some pretty girls, I would be scarring. I'd be scarred. I fucked up my knee snowboarding. I have a condition called patella alta now, which essentially means that my kneecap isn't in the place. It's stationed too high now. I won't be able to run for the rest of my life without pain. Still skate though because YOLO. That is what I'm talking about. Snowboarding is for the reckless. And being reckless is kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Brusita, welcome back. Thank you for being here once again. Use the boggle as a tennis ball. The boggle would make a pretty darn good tennis ball, or just a ball picker-upper. You know what I'm saying? Your logic is going the wrong way around. Commander is how you make friends. That is 100% true. However, to put myself in that position is gonna take a leap of faith. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it eventually. I have amazing friends. They're a luxury to me. It's okay, girlfriend is locked in. I can finally return to bowling. There you go. That's a great way to look at your friends, Mai. I'm glad that you don't take them for granted, because a lot of people do. Armored. It is actually, it's not even an excuse now. My gloves are making it hard to type. I'm not just a buffoon. All right, let's think about what this is for. Armadillo. It's a warder. This creature gets plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is its toughness. I'm going to say you added this because you wanted a creature that would have made black players pay their taxes. That's what I'm going to guess. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm going to go with. Aether Commando. What the hell? Cathar? A Cathar? Wow, there's a lot of Cathars. Apparently that's a thing in Magic that I did not know. Flash. Sacrifice this creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Is this is this for mirror matches? Mirror matches, maybe. I mean, there's nowhere to run that you might want to get rid of, but once it's in play, it's like it's already done its damage. You know what I'm saying? Adding another Voice of Victory. That's a rare. I'm not looking at the rares because I don't want to be disappointed. I will save the disappointment for the end of this process. Restoration Magic. How freaking cool is this card? This is why I want to play Magic. I mean, not Magic. I want to play Final Fantasy just because of Magic the Gathering. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Now the question is for the chat. Does indestructible work against sacrifice? I'm going to say no, it doesn't. But I've been surprised in the past. Target permanents gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain 3 life. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain 6 life. Werefox Bodyguard. I'm going to guess there's not many bodyguards, so that's what I'm going to type in. Wow, there is a bunch. Werefox, only one of them dangs. Now, what is it going to cost me? Damn, son, that's a lot of rares. Common? Or is black uncommon? I'm going to say uncommon. Silver, got them. Gold. A demi, flash. A demi gains flying until end of turn. Sacrifice a demi, creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Quite the card. Cathar Commando. Oh my gosh. Rest in peace. When this enchantment exile all graveyards. Graveyard hate, I feel like that's worth it. But only one of them? Is that really going to come up? Sun Pearl. When this creature enters, returns up to 1 target non-land permanent you control its owner's hand. If it was a token, draw a card. Return up to 1 other target non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. That would be... Is the whole purpose of this to do like the whole helpful Weaver thing? Like bounce that? Voice of Victory, don't need to, like, that's obviously good. Even when this creature enters exile target spell, it becomes plotted. What does plotted mean? Cards may be cast as a sorcerer on a later turn without paying its mana cost. It becomes plotted. Exile target spell from my hand or where? Oh, I could do their stuff. Spells your opponent casts from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. But doesn't that Reanimator deck copy it? They're not really trying to cast it, right? Another gold one. I don't have this, but I think it's definitely worth it to craft this one. Seals. When this creature enters, choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each creature that left the battlefield under your control this turn. You gain 2 lives, scry 2. Exile target player's graveyard. When this creature enters, exile the one other target non-fox creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. That is quite the cool card there. Now it's time to catch back up on the chat. Go to a Ninja Turtles pre-release. You're so right, though. Sam should stop taking me for granted. I agree. 100%. And I wish I learned that sooner. Hanging out at the local game store with friends is a luxury. 1000%. It's mainly for artifact decks. Gotcha. I'll type up reasons for cards in the Discord. Thank you so much, Butterhugger. That is so nice. Aspect knows. Artifact decks. Gotcha. I don't think so. I do lose probably 60% or more of the time to artifact decks. No, you're choosing it? Yeah, I didn't think it was going to work. Indestructible works against board wipes, though. You're not destroying it. It does prevent death by damage, though. Nowhere to run is needed when Sheltered by Ghosts is there. Both are such unfun cards. First time chatter. Who was the first time chatter? Is it Aspect? Aspect's not. Oh, no. JD. Sacrifice is the workaround for Indestructible. That makes me so sad because Sacrifice gets my goat way too often. I'm almost out of goats, to be honest with you. And also, welcome, JD. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoy watching someone struggle getting into the game of Magic the Gathering, but have a good time regardless. There are budget options. Downshift, nowhere to run. Downshift, nowhere to run. Downshift, nowhere to run. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's provocative. You can remove one of the voices for now, I think. That's great. Love to see it. That saves me 1 rare. You can bounce to save a creature from removal. Oh, that makes sense. What deck are we building? White Flash? We are just making a sideboard for my white aggro aura deck. I'm just copying Butterhugger's list basically at this point because I had already modified my main deck to include Voice of Victory. And now we're going a step further because I'm going to try my hand of best of 3, which we'll see how that goes. You can bounce to save a creature. What deck? So sideboard for white auras. Yes, this is mono white aura sideboards. I'm in the Discord now. Awesome. One of us. Santos, you are the best. I'm going to go eat breakfast, get ready for the day. My ex is coming over to eat dinner. Wish me luck. Oof. Best of luck, my friend Erie. That's going to be interesting to hear about later, but that might be too personal, but I wish you luck nonetheless. Magic is kind of a lot to learn, but simple at times, yet so worth it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I love about it, is that it's like simple in nature, and like the best games are simple in nature. Like, for example, chess. The pieces just move on the board. However, it can be a very complex game, a very rewarding game. And that is like the thing that I really love about it. Instead, you can move a veteran survivor or a light wheel enhancements in there. Let's look up light wheel enhancements because I don't know what that is. Ooh, I went through a period of time where I was like getting really pissed off playing black all the time, and I was trying my best to try to counteract the removal spell I was running into. And I wanted things like this. It gives me max speed. I absolutely love this card. So 100% that's going in. I love the speed counter stuff. Instead, let's go to Veteran Survivor because I already have that crafted. So save some money there. It's okay. I'm sure the Magic rules never get more complex. Right. It's a good card. Butterhugger. It's a good card. I do love the card. Okay. Now I have a 16 thing sideboard. Is there anything else I can remove in replace of the Veteran Survivor and the Light Wheel enhancements? Like, can I remove a armadillo? I mean, that isn't. It's a black. I think that's uncommon, so that doesn't really matter. Can I remove another rare? A demi creatures you control gains hexproof. I mean, that's freaking good for 2. 2 of them. Cathar, no. Rest in peace. When this enchantment exits, Graveyard Hate seems good. When this creature enters, return up to one other target non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it was a token, draw a card, not gold. 3 mana for this. Maybe can I remove one Aven? Can't remove that. Gotta keep that. When this creature enters, exile to one. I feel like removing one Aven is the move. I'm hoping that chat agrees. It's okay, I'm sure, LMAO. You can only have a max of 15 cards on your sideboard. Remove the veteran? Remove the veteran? Oh no, that is not what I wanted to hear. Dang. It was so cheap. For rare conservation, I removed the Werefox Bodyguard. Werefox Bodyguard. I don't pilot this, so I probably don't have the best ideas on substitutions, but I'm sure there are some budget options for some of these. You removed a rare. You should be fine now. It's the one most likely to rotate out. No. Having 2 is clutch. Okay. I'm just going to go for it then. God damn, that is expensive. It's expensive in all the worst ways. Son of a Bisquick. I need a Bisquick to calm my nerves. Speaking of things that start with the bis sound, are you guys familiar with Biscoff cookies? I have actually. This is gonna. Okay, I need everyone to listen up right now because I'm about to drop some hardcore knowledge on you that might just change your life for the better. I make pancakes. I make pancakes in a different way than most. Before I jump into best of 3, I have to share this because it's a game changer, folks. Especially if you're watching your calories, if you don't want to grow wider, do this as a sweet treat. You make pancakes, you do this, you just buy some pancake mix, you put it in a bowl, you do the whole thing, but then you buy Biscoff cookies, the kind of not so good cookies that they serve you on flights. Those cookies, you break those up, you crumble them up into the pancake mix, you take that pancake mix, you put it in an air fryer, you put it in the air fryer for 7 minutes or 8 minutes if you like things a bit more crispy. I respect either way, either choice is good. I do sometimes do 8, to be honest with you. You can also put things like Reese's peanut butter cups. I know that sounds not so healthy, but if you only put 1, it turns into a whole chocolatey cake, so it really bounces out. You get a lot of bang for your calorie buck. Anyways, you put it in there at 350 for 7 or 8 minutes, and you have a delightful treat. And with that, the knowledge has been dropped, and I'm going to try my first best of 3 standard ranked game. Wish me luck, my friends. It's the one most likely to rotate out. No. Having 2 is clutch. Trust. Biscoff cookies are so good. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't think that I would find someone that would also enjoy Biscoff cookies. I was never a fan until I learned of this. Also, too, if you dip them in some milk, that also makes them quite delightful. Now, I was yapping for quite a while. Now I need a drink of water. Okay, if I'm playing against the Reanimator deck, this might be the hand of all time. And I don't know if I am, because I don't think I've seen this card before. Here goes a plane. Here goes a veteran survivor that is immediately going to get removed if it is a Reanimator deck. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I thought for a second that he may have. Okay, I for sure have seen this card played in that Reanimator deck. Wow, I zoned out there. I think the Wonder Weave is best, and I literally just almost made the mistake. That is the classic mistake that I've been making way too often of playing before the combat phase. All attacks, 1 attack, 2 damage to the dome. Nothing to yoink. But now we play Wonder Weave, and that is some personal growth. Is he going to counter this? There's no way. He doesn't have blue. What the hell just happened? He really wants his life. I love cards like this. This card design is my favorite type of card. It's awesome. Oh my gosh. Coming from Yu-Gi-Oh! And seeing cards like this, it just makes a fella happy. And happiness is what life's all about, you know what I'm saying? All right. Now things get interessante. Interessante indeed. Okay. Ethereal Armor first? Man, this is a very weird hand, weird mana ability, weird opponent. And I just realized that I'm starting out in I thought I would be starting out from like a little rank, you know what I'm saying? I thought I would be starting out in like bronze. But they gave me clout, and I don't think I deserved it. That sucks. Hey, but we love challenges. We wouldn't be playing the game if we didn't like challenges. Okay. That was not unexpected. Does that confirm reanimation package? Maybe. They're good with tea. Good with tea? I should try that. I have some tea in my cupboard. I can try that literally tonight. I feel like I'm not really a breakfast sweets guy, but I do need to practice making pancakes. Well, that's the thing about it. I never eat that in the morning. I eat that after dinner. That is my dessert 3-4 times a week. Sometimes I go crazy and I make too many of them. All right, I'm going to make it so that you can't cast on my turn, which feels good. Feels great. Oh, is he targeting? Oh, this spell can't be countered. But I'm not countering it. Yeah, I'm not countering it. And he targeted this one, right? Yes, he did. Saved. Saved it. I'm the best. He sucks. I'm better than him. I'm going to win. 7 damage right to the dome. Oh, now that I was cocky, I'm going to lose. That's how it works. Don't be cocky. No one likes a cocky son of a beach. Voice is curve out and forces it to be a target, but any body is a good play. It looks like Mardu control. It keeps your rank across best of 1, best of 3. Yeah, you're limited in constructed ranks. It doesn't differentiate between best of 1 and best of 3 on constructed. What just fucking happened? This spell exile target non-land. So he paid the ward cost. Of course, he paid the ward cost. But the good news here is that it doesn't look like he's playing board wipes. It looks like cheaper controls, even though those aren't cheaper. Maybe he's... I honestly don't know what's happening. I have no idea. But I'm here for it because we learn. We take these kind of battles. Now, if I don't get board wiped, I'm going to feel pretty decent about my position here. Because he doesn't have anything in his graveyard. So I don't know what's happening. So he's low on hands, a changeling. He spent 3 mana for this, but he gets 1 back. Now he has something hit the field. But this is it's going to be massive. Menace, lifelink, indestructible, can't block. Unless there are 7 or more whenever you draw. Okay, I have the answer. And I win. Oh, you didn't even want to play. I mean, that's it. But, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm way too excited. I'm used to best of 1. I gotta lock in. What is happening right now? Oh my gosh. I won. So I didn't glean anything from I don't know what he's playing. I don't know what he's playing. I should have viewed Battlefield. What is this? Whenever one or more cards are put in the exile from graveyards. Okay. Return to sideboard. That means I want the thing that gets rid of... If a card is token will be put into the graveyard from anywhere, exile instead. I'm running... I don't know how much time I have. This. I want to add this. Sacrifice this creature. Exile target spell. It becomes plotted. When this creature enters, return up to 1 target non-land permanent you control this owner's hand. When this enchantment enters, exile all graveyards. Just those 2, I suppose. Okay, now what do we remove? This came in so handy. I'm not removing that. Okay, Oh, I'm being silent again. I'm thinking so damn hard. That's so embarrassing. Wait a second. Is thinking embarrassing people? No, it's not. That was stupid of me to think. That's an enchantment, so maybe I should remove an enchantment. I'm gonna... It doesn't look like he plays cheap things. Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Okay, and then I'm gonna find out if I made mistakes. If mistakes were made, I'm probably gonna find out by looking at the chat right now. All right, that was exciting. I love that. That made me feel more like I'm playing Paper Magic. That's gonna prepare me for maybe going to TMNT. We never know. Never know. Destroy him. I did. He's weak and you're strong. Thank you so much, Aspect. I don't hate this hand for what I've experienced so far. I'm sure he has something for wide answers. I was sure too. Lists may vary, but the Mardu control list I found only plays 2 board wipes. Okay, that's exciting. But maybe he cited them in because I did go a little wide. Probs has Ultima? Probs. Yeah, definitely Probs. Promos. They're playing Mardu control. I sent a list that looks similar to the Discord for reference. I think you want the Enduring Instance. Ah, damn. Seems like you're not a good matchup. Damn. Okay, I made a mistake in sideboarding. But we'll learn from those. Ward, that's 100% the right answer. Not this. This next turn, maybe. But if he wants to destroy me early, he's going to have to pay his taxes. I'd be okay with that, actually. Then I can play this and have this left over for protection. Oh no, every time I see this card, it's accompanied by things that just like to ruin my day. I think I'm gonna have to erase this guy again. And because of that, I want another card in my hand. Get the most value from it. Oh! That seems like so good. All attacks. 1 attack. I'm not going to play the Veteran Survivor until I have a Shard Mages for protection, because I feel like that might be some sort of a win con this guy doesn't like. Pass. 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 I have 2 of them. Not worth it. It ain't worth it. I decided that it's not worth it. Time to go wide. Hope he doesn't have a board wipe. And I think I still don't play Veteran Survivor yet. I feel like I hold on Veteran Survivor until there's a threat in the graveyard. And I hold on to the Shard Mages, and I do 3 damage 1 more time, and then if after this turn I'm still alive with creatures, then I go for the wombo, the combos. Oh, he's paying his taxes. Love to see, well, taxes suck, but in this moment, it's good for me and only me. Next, and I still have 1. Okay, that confirms that I made the right choice there. Veteran Survivor is being held on to. And this is a pretty good looking card, to be honest with you. So I ain't mad at that. I think he might be more concerned about dealing with my stuff than his stuff. Destroy all creatures. If evidence was collected, exile a card from opponent's graveyard, then search his own. Hexproof doesn't do nothing to that. It just protects from targeting. I hate that. I hate that more than really anything. When Shard Mages doesn't work, it makes me sad. Well, now I have the mana to do many things. And maybe I should have thought about doing the whole Sheltered by Ghost against this, because that gave him so much advantage. I wonder what you guys think about that. Should I have Sheltered by Ghost this advantage creating machine? Like, deal with a threat that's immediately in front of me instead of holding on to it for a bigger threat that potentially might never ever come? Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Well, there goes my Sheltered by Ghost if I played Shard Mages. I mean, he's probably going to choose this anyways. Damn, that's a hard decision, but I'm going with this one. And now the Shard Mages are going to be wasted because he has a response, doesn't he? Oh, I got away with it. But that probably was not the right move. Because I might have, by doing that, I could have just costed myself 2 cards, and I did in the end. And in the end, it doesn't matter. And he definitely sideboarded some board wipes. Or he just got unlucky previous game. Realistically, you want to take out the 4 Seamers at any cost. To be honest, I doubt they have anything 2 CMC or less. I got that thought entered my mind, but I didn't fully develop that thought. Goes that their mana is also f***ed up. Their verges aren't turned on. Just be mindful of the room. He didn't have it evident, so it was not as devastating cover-up. Interesting. The Weaver is most helpful in this situation, 100%. He's taken a long time, which might... Wow. I might be getting lucky. No, I'm not getting lucky. He's so low, and it doesn't seem like he has what he wants. But now he has a massive demon. And now this is exactly the point in time where I don't draw creatures. This happens so often. Why do I not take my medicine? I think actually if I didn't hold up Shard Mages, he would have been down to 0. The 2 minuscule life points that he had would have been 0 instead of 2. Can I concede and go on to game 3, or would that concede the entire match? Huh. I don't want to risk conceding the entire match, because I don't think the match is lost. The game is lost. Damn, man! Alright, but now I know I need to sideboard out my seam rips. Alright, this is good. You really couldn't kill me? Okay, he could kill me. Okay. I thought I was going to have to endure another turn. Just be mindful of the room. He didn't have evidence, so the Weaver is most helpful. Don't tilt. It's best of 3. Play it out. It's best of 3, and that means you go into game 3 on the play. See as much of his deck as you can. If it's a new deck, I'd say just get info on it. That's a good point. Alright. Getting rid of those idiots. Feather of Flight's still good, so... Shard Mages is less good. Should I take out Shard Mages? When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. Oh, that would be good against board wipes. Now I see why you added that. When this creature enters, exile target spell becomes plotted. Oh, I can get rid of that stupid Unholy Annex. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers once each. When this creature enters, exile up to one other target non-fox until this doesn't help that much. Sacrifice, destroy target artifact. This would go good against that stupid card. Creatures you control gain Hexproof and indestructible. This too. Okay, now I gotta remove 4 cards. Even though this is obviously a most helpful Weaver, I feel like these are most... Okay, this is not good in this deck. He's not reanimating. So those are an easy goodbye. Spellbook Vendor, I believe, is the other one I'm removing. Okay, that is what I think is correct. And I'm sure I probably did something incorrect. Let me look it over. Target permanent gains Hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Oh, this is good too. But what are my creatures looking at? 18 creatures, 22 non-creatures. However, some of those are most helpful. So I'm pretty much at... I'm actually at just 1 more creature than... Should I do this? I'm doing one of those. Okay, that is my list I'm going with. Ademi is good because you can use it to save yourself from board wipes. I think Shard Mages are still good. Take 2 Ademi. You want Innocence and Ademi. Damn it, I made a mistake. I don't think Rest in Peace is helpful. Damn it. Play first, draw first. Play first. Do I want... Yes, play first. Yes, play first. I need to attack as much and as fast as possible, I think. Keeping this. I think that was correct. Always play first. Never draw first. Okay, I made, at least, even though I didn't sideboard correctly, I made that decision correctly. We'll take those wins when we can get them. Well, I think Butter Hugger said that this was sometimes useful as a lightning rod. So maybe I can use this as a lightning rod right now to save my Optimus the Scavenger and get even more value from it. We'll see if that happens. I love that. Going down to 18, that makes my job easier, my friends. A Demi of the Silk Shoots. Sacrifice a Demi. Creatures you control gain hexproof. And it worked. I think would have been in a worse position if he did that to my Optimus the Scavenger. Now I kind of want to hold up the Shard Mages. Yeah, I'm going to hold up the Shard Mages because like I can't attack this turn anyways. So he did slow my tempo quite down. Never your entire Magic career will you choose draw first. I'm internalizing that. This is a fast meta. I'm also internalizing that as well. Okay. Resolve. Now my question is, do I Shard Mage? No, I'm doing this. Oh, this card is so good. Oh, the fact that I drew another one of these. I'm not going to make the same mistake, especially now that I have two. And he's tapped out. Yeah, now is the time to do it. This has lifelink, so I'm going to do that. Shard Mage. Oh, I still have enough for Shard Mage. Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. End turn. 23 to 10. All right, I think we're doing what we set out to do when we sideboarded. So that in and of itself is a dub. Even though it's still not an optimal sideboard, I'm still liking this result a little bit. What is this thing? This thing's crazy. This eyeballs down there. Don't be looking at me sideways. Destroy all non-land permanents with mana value 1 or less. Ooh. Ooh. I'd survive. Sacrifice a Demi. Creatures you control in hexproof and indestructible. Is that worth? No way. Am I doing the thing? Butterhugger, you're a freaking genius, man. And I'm going to draw here. I'm at 5. Oh my god. I win. Do I? He doesn't have anything to play. I think I win. Oh, I didn't say good game. We played 3 games together, TMSK. We were supposed to bond. Hate to see it. But maybe he's been hardened by humanity. Maybe he's like me and has played against too many degenerate black decks. And he's just turned off all emotes. You know, maybe that happened. And what is going on with my screen? I'm going to have to exit this. Jeez, Louisa. My first ever best of 3 was a win. So that was woohoo. Woohoo. Keep in mind, a Demi has flash. Good play. He did it. Pop off on him. This was made through much trial and error. Glad you think so. It feels like it. I mean, that literally, like, everything worked like what was supposed to. He was big mad. Maybe. He good work on also noticing they don't have anything when an arena wasn't giving the priority. Thank you so much, Ian. But honestly, too, like, I should think that more often, but like I feel like I've been bamboozled when I think things that they didn't have anything and whatever, and then I do something I don't know. Maybe I should have more confidence in my perception abilities. As long as you're getting rid of dead cards and not replacing them with dead cards, you sideboarded correctly. Thank you for that positivity aspect. As far as sideboarding is concerned, think of it as taking the cards out that don't work in the matchup that add ones that aren't dead draws. I'm really loving this best of 3 so far, but of course I won. If I lost, I probably would be a negative Nancy, but we won't deal with that. Just posted my sideboard guide in the Discord. Hope it gives some extra clarity, and let me know if you have any questions. I will. Thank you so much. In fact, I hate doing this. This is honestly the most at this point. Actually going live, even clicking live, even though I've been doing this for weeks now, still kind of stressful. But I also hate ending the stream, and because my game is doing this glitchy stuff at the top, I feel like, and also too, it's getting late, and your boy has to be up early. I feel like I must bid y'all adieu. So instead of dragging the goodbyes out and making it awkward, I'm just going to say goodbye. And I appreciate the hell out of everybody here. Anybody else here that's not in the Discord, I have Discord if you're interested. There's a bunch of great people. Great people in the Discord, so please consider joining. It was a good stream today. Thank you so much, Ian. Teasing the best of 3 arc. Yes, just a bit. Just a bit. That fixes itself by restarting. Good stream. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are the best. I am blessed to have you guys. Unbelievable. I never thought in a million years. Well, maybe eventually. Maybe so early. Anyways, have a great night, guys. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Always great watching your progress. Thank you so much, Ma. You are also the best. I'm ending the stream right now.